the shoulders, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. So nice big circles, try and get them right up to the ear, really moving through the joint. Some of you will be warmed up, some of you won't. But either way, this will be good. Okay, we're going to change direction opposite way. And big circles. Okay, 2 more. Okay, we're going to drop the head. And roll all the way. When you get to the front, change direction, bring it back. Okay, 1 more each direction. Okay, from there, we're going to put the hands on the hips and big circles. Try and move that the whole way through the hip joint, all the way around, and when you come back, all the way back the opposite way. Just a little bit of advanced warning as well. The kitties haven't been fed yet, so if you hear any weird screeching, that's just them demanding their breakfast. We should be okay. There's food in there, but anyway, just warn you. Okay, we're going 1 more each direction. When we get that done, what you're going to do is going to bring your feet together. We're going to bend the knees, hands on knees. We're going to keep our back straight though, so we're not bending over like this. Back straight, and then circle the knee. And when you get back, opposite direction. And we circle each direction. 1 more each side. From there, we're going to step out onto the toe. Again, big circle around the ankle. Change direction each time. 1 second, that's lesson time. You guys keep going there with circles. Go 1 more each direction. And you get that done onto the opposite side. So again, it's big circles each side. I'm going to go 1 more each direction. Okay, when we got that done, what we're going to do is we're going to come in slightly wider squat stance. And we're going to slowly go 1 side while going down into a squat as you do this. So slowly side to side, open up those hips. Out onto 1 foot, out onto the other foot. Just going as low as you can. We want to keep our back straight here as well. So we want to keep going as we're going down. Your back is still straight, you're not coming forward here. So if you've gotten to a point where you're starting to lean forward, just stay there and go side to side in that position. Moving through those legs. Open up the hips. Okay, you're going to hold it there. Pop your elbows in between your knees and then just push them out as far as you can. Again, let's keep that back as straight as we can. If you can tuck your hips down, you can. If not, just stay where it's comfortable. And from there, we're going to bring our hands to the ground and then come down. So you want to be lengthways on your mat. So your mat is going this way. And we want to be resting on our inner thighs here. So not on our knee joint. And then from there, we're just going to rock back and forward. So again, we're keeping our back straight here. If you are sitting on the inside of your thigh, and the inside of your quad, you shouldn't feel any pain on the knee joint. So I'm keeping our back straight, we're just rocking forward and back. That's it, moving through that nice and slowly. Breathing through each one as well, so rocking back, squeezing the glutes, pushing forward, and slowly rocking back again. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, gonna bring them together. We're actually gonna go over onto our back here. So feet are planted into the mat, shoulders are back and down. You're gonna pull your core in, so pull your belly button right through to your spine, hands either side, and you're gonna tilt your hips, plant the feet into the mat, and slowly lift up into a bridge position. Imagine you're pulling each vertebrae up off the mat, and then you're going to slowly place each one back down. So exhale, lift all the way up. Feet are planted into that mat the whole time. And inhale, lowering, placing each individual down again. Tilt hips up. We want to keep our core tight the whole time we're doing this, keep our feet in the ground. We're using our glutes, but we're also moving through our spine here, moving that lower back vertebrae. They can get a little bit stuck because we spend so much time sitting down. It's nice to move them. Each time you come down, make sure you tilt the hips, a little heel tilt, and then tilt back and forward. Every time you start, so you tilt up, lower back rise off the mat, tilt back, lower back into the mat, and then we go again. Nice and slowly. Keeping that core engaged the whole time. Slowly back down. And do 2 more. Exhale slowly up. And inhale slowly back down. And last one here. And back down. I'm going to come up once more. And you're actually going to hold it up in the top position. So squeezing those glutes to hold yourself up. Keep that core tight. Keep breathing as well. Nice solid foundation. Feet are fully planted into the mat on both sides. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly back down. Okay, from there we're going to extend out our legs. So nice and straight. Again, let's pull that cord down. So put our belly button down, make sure our back is flat to the mat, and you lift one leg up as high as you can and slowly lower. So exhale up, inhale lower. We're going to activate our hip flexors here. And we want to keep our back pressed into the mat as we do this. So you will feel stretch probably on the hamstrings a little bit as well. But we're aiming to activate our hip flexor. Don't let that back rise off the mat. Breathe through each one. Exhale up. And inhale lower. Four, 3, 2, and last one, all the way up, and there. Onto the opposite side again, keep that belly button pulled in, mat, back flat to the mat, exhale up, and inhale lower. Again, don't let that back rise up. Might find one side is easier or harder than the other. Breathe through each one. Four, 3, 2, and last one up, and slowly lower. Okay, this part we're going to grab our band or our towel. So we've activated the hamstring, stretch them out a little bit. What you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around one foot and lie back. Bring it up. Okay, so what I want you to see is bring it up to the first point of tension. So I don't want you to be pulling it up here really hard and it burning. I want the first point of tension. So mine is about here. Our back is still flattened to that mat. I'm going to hold it in that first area of bind. So it's only going to be a light stretch. We only want a light stretch here. We don't want really tense. Just light stretch. Let the hamstring loosen out itself. If you pull it too hard, it'll actually end up locking the muscle more. I'm going to hold it here for 10 seconds. Okay, now what you're going to do is going to push your foot against that band very lightly. So about 30% tension. So as you can see, there's not a lot of tension on mine here. I don't want you to see this. I want a little bit, 30%, mild little pressure. Hold it for another 10. Okay, you're going to let that tension off. You're going to inhale. And as you exhale, bring it to the next area of bind. That could be very minimal movement, don't worry. I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to repeat that process again. Okay, let's push that 30% pressure against that band or towel. Three, two, one. Let's inhale, exhale. See if you can bring it a little bit closer. Again, you just want that little bit of tension. You don't want it to be really, really sore. You don't want to feel like you're pulling an elastic band. Just a mild little bit of stretch here, and we're going to hold it there again for 10. And then inhale, push against, 10 seconds. And let go. One more inhale, exhale, bring it up, and let it go. Okay. We're not going to follow this, but we're going to bring it up again. And this time you're going to let the foot fall out as far as you can to the side. Again, just as far as it's comfortable. That could be up here. That could be on the ground. Completely depends on you. And we're just going to hold it there for 10 seconds. Open up the inner hip here. Three, two, one. We're going to bring it up again, and this time we're going to let it fall out to the side, the opposite side, just as far as you can. Again, this could be minimal, this could be way more. I've got a chair in the way, so I can't really go as far as I want. Now we're going to stretch out the glute at the outside of the hip here now. Three, two, one. Let's bring it up and let it lower. I'm going to flip that over to the other side, so your other foot. And again, we're going to come to that first area bind on the hamstring. You might find one leg is stiffer than the other. I always find my left is harder than my right, or stiffer. Does a lot of work, gets tight. And we're just going to hold it there at that first area bind. We're not forcing it any further. I want to keep our legs straight as well. We don't be bending the knee. Okay, we're going to push against it now for 10 seconds. From there, you're going to inhale and exhale, bring to the next one. And we're just holding it there for 10 seconds, no pressure. Now apply that 30% pressure against that band. Three, two, one. You're going to inhale and exhale, bring it to the next one. Again, we just want to feel a mild bit of tension here. We do not want it to be really, really tight or vibrating. If you're finding your muscles vibrating, take off some of the pressure. And you're going to press again just to the end. And let go, inhale, exhale, last one here. We're going to hold it up in the last part here. And one more, 30% pressure, push against it. And let go. Inhale and exhale. Three, two, one. Let it go. And you're going to bring it up and let it fall out this time. Again, just as far as it will go. Depends on your mobility in your hips, so do not worry if it's not going as low. Again, one side will be tighter than the other. Just holding it there, letting the hip open out. And inhale, exhale, bring it up and across to the opposite side, just as far as you can. Three, two, one, lift it up and let it go. So, done with the bands there now. We're going to sit up onto our bum, shoulders back and down. You're going to lift one leg up, bring the ankle to the outside of the opposite knee. From there, you can either wrap around with your hand and bring the twist from there, or if you want to make it a little more challenging, elbow comes outside that knee, so the opposite elbow comes around. You're going to lift the hand up, and then we're going to inhale and exhale, twist around, looking over your opposite shoulder. Just get a bit of movement into that spine, breathing through each one. And as you're doing this, if you feel like you can walk a little bit further, do. And bring it all the way back around. We're going to swap to the opposite side. Opposite leg comes up and around. Again, you can just hug and twist, keeping your back straight, so up tall first. So you can hug and twist, or bring your elbow to the outside of that knee, hand comes up, and we walk around, looking over that shoulder. Again, if you feel you can, walk your hand a little bit further. If you can't, stay where you are. Really nice one for moving through the spine. And bring it back around. Okay, we're going to come over into the tabletop position. So make sure your body is just straight line from your shoulder to your hand, and then your wrist or your hips to your knees. From there, we're just going to roll our shoulders back and roll them forward. I know how much everyone's doing this one. It's really good to get that movement into the shoulders. Big circles all the way around, guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next one, we're going to bring one hand to the temple, and you lift up and around just as much as you can. Exhale up, inhale lower. Nice and slow through, just stretching up. Three, 2, 1, and onto the opposite side now. So, right around, please, circle or semicircle. Exhale up, inhale lower. 3, 2, and one last one. Okay. From there, we're going to come into our pigeon pose. So you're going to keep yourself in that box position. You're going to bring one knee up. Now you can leave the knee here, or if you can rotate your ankle just as much as you can towards the opposite wrist. I'll step forward a little bit here because I'm sliding my foot back. And then from there, you're going to slide your back foot back. So this nice, really nice glute stretch here, really good for the hips. We're going to stay up on our forearms first, keeping your back straight. Sorry, not up on our forearms, up on our palms or hands. Just settling into that stretch again. Just bring your foot as much as you can, or if it's just straight forward, that's fine. You don't need to rotate the ankle just to get a stretch here. So just whatever's comfortable for you. From there, if you can, come down onto the forearms. And even more, if you can, now again, if this is where you stop here. If you can walk your hands right out, forehead to the mat. Make sure you're breathing the whole time here as well. Feel that stretch down the side of the leg, into your glute. If it's sore or painful, come to a higher position or move the leg back slightly. Okay, we're going to come back up on the forearms, forward the forearms instead there. And back up onto the palms of the hands. This is always the most fun part of the pigeon, is getting back out of it. So tuck your back foot, lift up, and bring your foot back. I'm going to go back to that box position. From there, bring one foot forward, twisting that foot again just as far as you can to the opposite wrist, and then you're going to slide that foot back and settle up first on the forearms. Once you've settled into the stretch, if you want to come down onto the forearms, do. And then if you feel comfortable doing so, walk the palms out and bring the forehead to the mat. And make sure you're breathing the whole time, feeling that hip loosen out, down the side of the glute. Okay, you're gonna bring it back to the forearms. If it's still there, stay there if you are. I'm gonna walk it back to the palms of the hands. And then from there, tuck your back up, lift up, bring that leg back, and come back to the tabletop position, or box position. Alright, from there, let's come up onto our knees. So if you do need to, fold your mat, or if you need a cushion, you can do that as well. Half underneath. Remember, bring one knee forward and one knee back. I'm going to keep our upper body up tall. I'm going to squeeze the glute and move forward and push back. So we're opening up our hip flexor now into our quad a little bit. So you want to keep our front foot planted. You want to keep our upper body tall here. Open up that muscle. I'm pushing that knee over that toe as much as possible as well. Breathing through each one here. So squeezing that glute as well to move yourself forward, over, and back. As far forward as you can and back up. Hopefully every time you do this you can go a little bit more forward, really opening up through that hip joint. Four, three, two, and one last one. And back. Gonna swap to the opposite side now. So again, you're gonna get up in that position, foot is planted into the mat. Squeeze that back glute. Just push forward as far as you can and back. And we're keeping that upper body up tall, hands on the hips there. Squeeze forward and back. 4, 3, 2, and one last one. And stepping back, we're going to stand up here. Interlock fingers behind the back. Lifting up as high as you can, seeking your chest forward and keeping your head up. And after an exhale, so you can move a little higher. And you're going to swap it over. Pull forward, drop the head. Again, push our shoulder blades as far apart as you can. From there, let's lift the hands right up overhead. Lean it over to one side. Bring it back to center. And out to the opposite side. And back up. Let it go. And you're done, guys. Well done.